Hey guys, I'm Mannequin and welcome back to Remixing from Scratch. So, as usual, exactly where I left off, and I want to apologize for the last 3 videos, episodes 7 to 9 if I recall correctly. They didn't have my mouse in it, and that's because I was using new software, and I didn't realize that it wasn't recording my mouse until after I recorded them, and unfortunately I couldn't really go back and undo everything I did, so sorry about that. There's no real way I can fix that. But anyway, let's just see what we could do here. Okay. So first thing I want to fix is the fact that the bass here that I have, I think it's this one. Oh my goodness, that sub bass is peaking way too much. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep it from peaking, I am going to add just some light overdrive, turn down the volume, turn that down, just make it light here. And so that way, when it distorts it here, you're left with most of the low end, but you don't get, I think I already did some overdrive in here. No, I didn't. Oh, I did some drive. Okay, yeah. So let's see if I could do a little bit more here. So that's nice and deep and heavy, but if you look, it's no longer peaking. So we could work with that. I'm gonna pull this underneath the compressors because the compressors are doing some side chaining here, and I'm gonna just get rid of this amp. And let's see what we have. So now, now it sounds too quiet. So we could do a couple things with this. First of all, let's see if we could pull up the overdrive a little. I think it's starting to peak again. Yeah, it's really peaking. Is it just this that's causing it? And then we have, is it this one? Oh, it's this one. This one's also doing it. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. Well, I'm gonna try something cool here. So I'm gonna throw in some tremolo, and I'm gonna make it pan back and forth. Probably 16th note, I think. Let's see how this works. Nope. There we go, that's what I wanted. Now I'm gonna make this smoothing a little less smooth so it jumps a bit more. And I'm gonna turn down the depth so it's only slightly noticeable. So it just kind of dances back and forth a little bit, and hopefully I could get rid of this peaking here. Actually, what does it sound like right now? I'm almost tempted to just do this. Oh, that might work. Actually, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to take this, drop it an octave. Sweet, I know what I'm doing now. And then just make it so we get rid of most of the mids here. So it's mostly just like low mids. And now I should probably remove all that resonance right there because I don't really need it anymore. I should just pull it down like that. That's kind of cool. Actually, that was originally what I wanted to go for, but then it kind of turned out slightly different. So let's see if I could, I'm going to throw these in a stack, create track stack, so I could process them together now, summing folder, and then I just have to go, and I could go here and really take some, I'm going to use phase distortion just because it could probably get something unique from this. And so let's mess with the mix here. Let's try that. So that's not quite loud enough. I think I need more high end in this, so I cut out a little bit too much. Here, let's do this. Let's make it less steep. 18. And so I don't have to keep jumping back here. Let me turn on the cycle. And let's see. I need to add a little bit more reverb to these guys. So what do I have going on here? Space Designer is just Prince Hall 1, so it's my standard one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create long ambience. What does that sound like? That's not long ambience. Anyway, I'll just create a new send here. So bus, what the heck? We'll put it on an 8 just because. So bus 8, and I'm going to drop in a reverb here. Space Designer. Okay, I might as well just go through and make a synthesized one. So let's see here. This is a synthesized impulse response. I'm going to take the density envelope right here first, and then I'm going to just pull it up so it's all the way at the maximum. And then I'm going to make leave the spread where it's at. Crossover, I think I'll just turn down to 0. And actually it wouldn't be 0, that'd be 200 hertz. But and then I'm gonna keep the filter on for now and make it like, I don't know, let's try 3.6 seconds. And then I'm gonna make a pre-delay on it of 72. Let's see what this, I'm not 100% sure how this will sound in the end. So whatever. So I'm gonna send that just maximum. These are panned left and right, so I need to send this one to the same one with maximum. I should label this long verb. Okay. So that worked, except for it sounds like all mono-y and not really spread out. So I should probably change. Do I need to change the crossover to fix that? Maybe I need to do that. There we go. That's it. So then we'll change the attack time with the volume envelope here. Go like this. Okay, now I'm going to make the filter a little bit more filtered. That's not what I wanted it to sound like. So I'm just going to take this filter here and turn down the maximum and final values. Not quite enough. It's going to be too much. Maybe not. There we go. Now I just turn down the reverb here. There we go. I don't like the way it slaps after all, so I'm just going to take off that pre-delay. Not turn it up all the way, take it off. Now I need to do one more thing to this. I'm going to duplicate this one that we have panned left and right here. I'm going to have this middle, just so I remember that this one's the middle. And then I'm going to copy the same note pattern we have. This one we're going to do something slightly different to it. So now what we need to do for this one is, first of all, drop everything. That's not what I wanted to do. Redo. First of all, drop everything an octave. And then, hey, let's try this. Add some release. Instead of doing that, we'll just do a filter here. There we go. So this will kind of be a little bit of our low end here. So I'm just gonna make this, pull this down and make it harsher. So now we get this. Now, what I should probably do actually is turn off the unison here and narrow down the amount of voices to something a bit more manageable. Wow, that sounds so weak now. Maybe have it 2 voices, but put them in unison. Turn down the release. I think I do want this one in mono after all. Why is it still giving me... Oh, unison's on. So now it's, now you can tell it's dead center, so it's completely in mono. I could boost up the low end on this a little bit. So now you heard what we went from before. Before it was like really thin, and now I'll just show you the comparison. This is basically a kind of like, it's not like a sub bass, it's just like a mid bass. So it just kind of adds a whole bunch of, if I pop up the EQ, basically it's adding stuff around here. I could turn on the analyzer here, just kind of show you guys. It's mostly just around this area. It's not like a sub bass that's right here. It's most of it's just kind of in this area. And you got a little bit of this, that is the harmonics that kind of give it the crispiness. But so that's what I was doing there, and I'll just show you the difference. My apologies. My microphone just fell down. Ouch. Okay, I said I'd never clip a video, but unfortunately I had to do it there just because my microphone fell down. And yeah, sorry about that. I really need to get a new stand for this because right now it's just kind of like a self-rigged stand. But anyway, now that my microphone's back up. So, the difference there. So it really, now it really has body and it really like makes sense as a drop sort of sound. It does still sound a little bit weak, but I think we'll fix that up later. So now with this bass that, I think part of the problem is the compression we're doing here is not, oh yeah, of course we're using a platinum compressor right here. So I really need to fix the release on this one. Okay, so what is this one even supposed to be doing? Am I on the right channel? Oh, oh, the kick's not going, so that's why. So let's see the graph here and compare it. So this one's a lot more pointed than this one because I just reduced the release on this one. So I'm going to copy this, paste it over here. Now what I decide I'm going to do after all is I'm going to do something really weird here. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to try to drive the snot out of it here. Dynamics. Ooh, I know what we'll do. We'll do the clip distortion. Clip distortion is really good if you want like a hissy sort of distortion. If I could find the right one. There, that's kind of cool. Because now it makes it all stereo and instead of that. So if I take the EQ off, this would sound. That did a lot to it by way of distortion. But when I filter out all the high end, you just kind of get this really interesting sound. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something you shouldn't do on a bass line because I feel like breaking a rule. I'm going to add a assemble on this. So it makes it almost sound like it's swimming. That's originally what I wanted this to sound like, and it's only going to be a matter of, let's see. Ooh, can I put a little bit more sub in here? And then, since I have everything down so low, I could probably just... Here we go, let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna do 2 of this same compressor to make this like really tight. Now I probably don't need the sub bass now that I think about it. Let's see. At least turn the sub bass down. So now the one thing that I haven't done is I haven't actually played back the part of the track here that let me just say this really quick. The part of the track right before it, and you kind of need to do that because otherwise you lose the context of the track you're working on. So let's try this. So, one of the things you notice is, actually, I don't want to add that. Let me turn that off. This has a lot more. I'm going to pull up an EQ again. It has a lot more in this range when it comes to audio than this does. And that means that I need to take these two here and give them more in that area. And that's actually not going to be too hard, because most of the stuff should theoretically be in that area. Just pull that up. So that the left one does sound a lot thinner now. So kind of makes them stand out a bit more. Now, here's a good thing. If all of your tracks sound like they're in the background, then typically it's because you don't have enough mids. Mids bring things up real close to your face. Highs are like the kind of they're like the yeah, whatever. I'm not going to go on a whole little discussion about what every thing in the spectrum of the EQ does, what every band rather of the EQ. Excuse me. What every band of the EQ does. Whew, man. Anyway, so mostly like right here is the area that gives you, the like whether or not it's right up front or whether or not it's far away. Right here is your crispiness, your sparkliness, the little sizzle in the high end. Right here is if you want something to have a sort of filtered or kind of sound. That's like a dumb example there, but yeah, that's basically the sound that you get from this area. Right here is where you get a lot of the muddy bass, which is good in reasonable amounts, and you use for your bass actually goes here rather often, but you probably don't want to put much else in there like your other synthesizers, because then it'll start to muddy things up. And right here, of course, is your sub. So just a little brief overview about that review if you haven't seen that in a while. But anyway, so So it's closer now. What I'd be better off doing is dropping all three of these once again into a track stack and make it a summing stack. And then once again drop into the not sub. There we go. There we go. That fits a lot better with what we've been mixing in the previous one. So I forgot to set a timer, so I don't know how long I've been running with this recording, but this is kind of a nice place to stop. We really just touched up the whole production we have going here. We made really changed up the original first bass that we had. And then we just kind of made this other bass, or not this other bass, this lead here in the drop. We made it really sound like it actually belongs here instead of just something from a completely different genre or something. So I probably am going to do more to this one later, but for now I'm going to cut this episode here because, like I said, I forgot to set a timer, and I also want to re-rig my microphone so it doesn't fall down again. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.